Hello everyone, so sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulties over here, and we will be jumping back into Lies B. Um, really, you didn't miss anything. I tried to open two doors and it told me no. From there, we went outside and talked to Gemini, who said he will try and guide us to the best of his ability. Um, I will go ahead and show you guys real quickly how you exit the hotel. You just go out the main staircase and head straight out the door. It's really quite straightforward, but in case you're lost, it's good to know. So, as you can see, the hotel, and it's just right up this staircase. However, I should be able to go to the most recent one and make use of the teleporter. Or the pocket watch, as they call it. And from here, the game really begins to pick up. I should mention, I plan to do just about all of the bosses without any assistance from summons. However, there may come a boss or two that I decide to summon to go ahead and speed things a little along, but we will see when we get there.
Elysian Boulevard was a regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better. But that was long ago. Before the puppet frenzy.
Not the puppet frenzy. I still don't understand why Paladina isn't affected by the puppet frenzy when he most definitely is a puppet. Something I do like to have on my hotbar is throwable items for situations where they are a trap. By the way, you can use people's bodies to block bullets. Case in point. Quite helpful, actually. Thought I saw an input there. Always go for the backstab, as it is the easiest way to take care of enemies. However, we should put on that newest frame. We're only at 50% weight capacity, which is a-okay. Pardon me, guys. I'm getting a phone call from my wife. I'll just step away for 1 minute. As you guys probably noticed, I am not perfect at this game as I almost died. But, no harm, no foul. Unlock a shortcut there before we go and fight someone who might murder us. Quite honestly, probably will murder us. I only have one pulse cell left. Follow up. And charge attack, do an extra charge. And as he gets up, do one last. Not bad. Pulse cell discharged. Attack enemies with the weapon to charge your pulse cells. So, that is what happens when you use all of them. You gotta charge them back up. Fatal attacks are a pretty good way, or backstabs, whichever you'd prefer. And just like that, that sound means we have another pulse cell. Oh no, it's a trap. Someone tried to shoot me. Dodge out of that. Backstab. Pick up all these free items. Ow! He shot me point blank. Quite rude. If it seems like a trap, it probably is a trap in this game. Use my pulse cell, that way I can start recharging it. And now we'll walk along the narrow ledge. Electric Blitz Abrasive, that essentially works the same as in Dark Souls when you buff your weapon with a... oh gosh, what are they called? Essentially, when you buff your weapon with any status effects, that one uses Electric Blitz, and Electric Blitz is typically good against puppets. Let's go ahead and unlock that shortcut. Carry on. Lots of climbing. I will be uploading all of this playthrough to YouTube later. For those who don't know, I do have a Twitch channel called Atlas, same as my YouTube channel. If you want to come hang out, see it live, I would actually appreciate that. Oh, got hit right in the head. And Electric Shock essentially is Electric Blitz. It's just under a different name for whatever reason. Dodge out of attacks. You don't have too many invincibility frames. However, you do get some when you're in an animation like that. Guys, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna put my phone on silent or vibrate. That way, if my wife does call me again, you guys don't have to hear it. Anyways, let's carry on. Always dodge these guys, because it'll end up allowing you to get that backstab. That backstab is so critical for early game. Let's go ahead and repair our weapon a little bit. You can actually switch off of the grinder once you are beginning the repair animation. That way you can go ahead and equip, say, your heals or anything you might need. Just like that, clear the rooftop. However, I am quite bruised and battered. Downward attack, you can press RB or RT, depending on preference. I don't actually know if it makes a difference, whether you do a heavy ground slam or not. I actually don't know. Something I should probably test. The Frozen Man's Letter. My Louise and Charlotte, my treasure, I can hear anything. I think the streets are already dead. Nothing but silence. I assume that I too will become just another petrified corpse soon. I still remember the sound of your singing voice and the sight of Charlotte looking at picture books. I miss all of it. The best thing I did when I was alive was send you and Charlotte to the cathedral for shelter. I wish this nightmare was all over. If only you and the kid could come back. But I guess that now it's impossible. I love you, Louise. I pray that you're safe there. Building up a little bit of backstory. I do believe I missed a note that actually explains a little bit about what's going on in the world of Krat. So I will go back for that, just so that the story is a little more clear as far as what in the world he is talking about, that he'll be petrified corpse soon. Oop. That was bad timing to try that attack. Oop. That one, and that one. Oh, get off his feet. Do the charge attack. And I guess that'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. That actually worked out a lot better than I could have predicted. We got our first amulet, the Life Amulet. An amulet that can be equipped on a puppet. Information and memories that are useful for movement can be imprinted on the symbol to draw out special powers. The slightest blink is enough to make a puppet move. Puppets do not have life, but it is enough to move them. So, our maximum HP has been increased thanks to the Life Amulet.
Why, hello! I didn't know anyone was alive out here. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a burglar. I'm just crashing in an abandoned house for a while. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. We survivors need to look out for each other. For your information, I didn't steal this.
Well, that's 100% believable when he says, I didn't steal this. Something to note about this game that is not like Dark Souls, when you have enough ergo to level up, in the top right, your bar will actually be blue and the numbers will be blue. It's a good way to know that you have enough ergo for leveling up. Personally, at the moment, I don't feel the need to level up, so we're going to push on. And if it looks like a trap, probably a trap, guys. Item. Trap. Someone to knock me off while I'm picking up an item. And of course it's just a dim fragment, so it's not even really worth the trap. Away with you! Vanini's Krat Landmark Guide 2. This month's attraction, the Alchemist Bridge. The Alchemist Bridge is the bridge on Elysian Boulevard and main way to Krat City Hall. The Holy Ouroboros, the mark of the alchemist, is fittingly engraved into the bridge. This shows that the alchemists are not just a powerful, privileged class, but also have donated tremendous amounts of money across the city. Thanks to the thriving culture of philanthropy in Krat, you can find areas with names of prominent figures. It's like the city's motto, the citizens are the owners of the city. The most widely known attraction is Rosa Isabel Street. It's named after the cultural sponsor, Lady Isabel Monad. But if you think about how the lady's married to the leader of the alchemists, Valentinus, you'll think twice about who is really in control of Krat. The union of Krat's old families and organization of the alchemists is shown as in this symbolic form. Given that the sacred Ouroboros mark is engraved on the city hall as well, it's obvious who owns the city. Rating 3 out of 5. A good place to learn about Krat's beginning, end, and its essence. Reporter Medoro. This guide was made with the support of Vanini Company, but may not reflect the company's opinions. Gotta in the fine print. So, we'll go down here. And for those wondering, that coughing sound is a hint.
Who is it? Is that you, Murphy? Oh, I guess not. Sorry, I thought you were my friend, Murphy. Murphy is a super cool police officer. As a puppet, even the petrification disease can't get him. I wish I was like him. You should leave so you don't catch the disease from me. If only we could play together like we used to. Murphy, I miss you.
It's very sad. As you can tell, yet another trap. This game really is full of traps. So, we got a new converter. The Workshop Union Standard Installation Converter. Just better stats all around with a slightly heavier weight. We'll take it. Fury attack. Something to watch out for. Double dip. And if you're double dipping like that, you have a tendency to be able to kill them without them getting up too much. As I said before, I will be going back shortly to go pick up that note on the petrification disease, as it helps to explain the story going on here. But I will see about getting a shortcut first, as that would be somewhat progress. Something you can do to trigger these traps is just do a slice and then backstep. Something simple. I forgot about you. That was rude. So we honestly won't need those star fragments, as they're used for summoning the NPCs as you wish. If you're playing this game for the first time, summoning NPCs is not at all a big deal. You should not feel like you can't summon them or shouldn't summon them. If you're doing a challenge run, sort of like I am, then yeah, go ahead. Try not to summon them. But really, they are quite useful.
I sense something strange. Jeepers. Is that a butterfly?
Yes, it is,
Why
Gemini.
is the ergo reacting like that? If you want to check it out, I can take point.
Dimensional butterfly. Occasionally, a dimensional butterfly will appear in parts of Krat. Monad's lamp can detect the butterfly, lighting up red to point out its location. When the character is near the hiding butterfly, it will appear. After a certain amount of time, the butterfly will disappear into another dimension. Kill it to get useful materials. In that regard, very similar to the crystal lizards of Dark Souls, various games like that. Oh, we're so gonna die.
This must be your first time in the petrification disease quarantine zone. For most people, this is their last stop. You are a good Samaritan for coming all the way here. Kind one. May I ask you a favor? My family took my baby from me and sent me here. They said it was for my own good, but it was heartless just the same. A baby must be with its mother. Please go to Krat City Hall and bring me my baby. Thank you so much, kind one. I can finally see my sweet Elena's face again. Please hurry. Hard scales spreading across my eyes. Before I lose my sight, please.
She said the baby was at City Hall. Should we check it out? I hope everybody's safe.
Hey, big guy from the beginning. Whew, that stagger was bait. Try not to overdo your attacks on the stagger because it is possible for them to wake up. It is a bad time if they wake up and you didn't get your riposte in. It itches. Peel the skin and there's blue blood, blood, blood. Pretty cocoon, blue angel, joyful appetite, blue death. What a feast. Death, death, and death. I'm alive. It itches. Creepy. But I just absolutely love the environment in this game. Something to know about these guys, you can actually bait out certain attacks that are easier to parry by hitting them when they block. And of course I absolutely failed to parry that. But you can then break their weapons more easily. Good news, this was the shortcut I was looking for. So now we will go ahead and backtrack a little bit. I will mention there aren't too many secrets in elevators or hidden walls, anything like that. I will go ahead and showcase the ones that I have found. So let's actually go back to the plaza, as there is a petrification disease note that will help explain the petrification disease. Got a little bit ahead of myself, trying to make this pseudo guide. Crowd time issues. 18.3. The Crowd Grand Exhibition has been delayed. This decision was made to protect the citizens until the puppet frenzy that recently paralyzed the city is under control. The occurrence began on Rosa Isabel Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties. While the cause is still unknown, the number of casualties and scale of damage are both growing. As the crisis dragged on, the workshop and Vanini Company, Crowd's largest puppet factory, announced that they would offer emergency supplies to citizens and do everything they could to alleviate the situation. A task force is investigating the possibility of a fatal loss at the Grand Covenant, which is the control protocol of the workshop's puppets. However, there is no quick solution as of now with the puppet frenzy resulting in more casualties. As the city braces for a resurgence of the petrification disease, the citizens were advised to stay indoors for their safety. However, many citizens are trying to escape through Crowd Central Station, intensifying the general chaos. So that was not very much about the petrification disease. However, we will learn more about it as we continue. But for now, I will go ahead and visit Sophia, as we've actually got a decent amount of Ergo.
I'll use my
So I'm actually going to increase my vigor, because vigor is actually quite important.
Ergo is the miracle that made Krat prosper. Without Ergo, there would be no automated puppets to make Krot wealthy. When you move, you tap into the power of Ergo within you. Gather more Ergo. It will make you stronger. In the folklore of Krot, a cricket often acts as a guide. That is why these automated models became popular. But Gemini is unique. He's more than just a guide. As you get more familiar with Gemini, you'll see what I mean.
1 second, guys. Okay, let's carry on. That's not the shortcut I want to take. There it is. That's the attack you want to bait. It's pretty easy to perfect parry. Sometimes you'll miss though. It is pretty common. Even if you've beaten the game and are pretty darn good at it, this game is hard. Purge puppets. All puppets will be destroyed.
You got a lot to answer for. You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father. You and the alchemist scheming together. Tell me the truth. What's your problem? I'm here for the old man. Get lost. Wait. I know you. Or more like, I know what you are. You're the devil's puppet. You can't sneak past me. Die!
And he wants to kill us. Here we go.
Cursed puppet! Back again!
Get that backstab going. And from there, we'll go ahead and Fable Art. Got a little greedy there. Get behind him. Really, if you can stay behind this enemy, that is going to be your best bet.
Cursed puppet! Back again!
Pop a heal. Get that backstab going again. Follow it up with crit. Or a 2 heavy attack. Let's pop a heal during this one. And try to get a heavy attack in. Ooh. Get that block. Pop a heal. Block. Block. Finish.
The truth. Now I feel bad for my comrade.
Finally, we meet, son. It's
Papa?
a dream come true. Seeing you like this, I understand why some people despise me. I invented the puppets after all. I should take responsibility as their maker. But in order for me to do that, I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful.
Mad Donkey Apparel, Crowd City Hall key, and the Enigma Assembly Toolkit. City Hall key, as you guessed, it's a key. We got the donkey head, as well as hunting apparel. And last but not least, activate function, the Enigma Assembly Tool. A tool that can assemble and disassemble a weapon's blade and handle. Weapon assemble is available through Stargazers and Eugenie. When dealing with non-human enemy, it is necessary to do away with common sense. The workshop and the stalkers assembled various blades and handles, focusing on making the greatest weapons.
I want to hear all about your experiences, but now isn't a good time. Use the Stalker's key to open the bridge door. Then get rid of the frenzied puppets that have seized City Hall. We'll catch up at Hotel Krat when you're done.
Okay, Papa. Hidden Moonstone for upgrading our basic tools, our basic weapons. And now we have a very
so
cool
about that
mechanic.
weapon assembly tool you were talking about. If you find any more weapons, let's try using them here.
We can now assemble different weapons. Assemble weapons through Eugenie at the hotel or through Stargazers in different areas. Separate your weapons into blade and handle. Assemble them into new weapons that match your character's battle style. A weapon's features are decided by the handle and the blade combo. For example, if we wanted to take the puppet saber, we could, theoretically, toss it onto the Kraut police baton. Personally, I prefer the scaling of the CC, so we're going to stick with that. However, it is a cool feature. Depends on your playstyle. You can make whatever happen work with your weapons. Like I said, that baited attack where he does the spin is really easy to parry. Let the electric blitz deal with those two, and we'll pick up our items. Done with that dog. Let's deal with him. Could have avoided taking damage myself, but that would require being smart. Pop our heal. And that right there Appears to be the petrification disease. Seems like a bad time. We've opened our shortcut. Onwards. I will say that going throughout this playthrough, we will be lying a lot. Mr. Vanini's ambition to make a jolly police mascot puppet for the city ended in failure. His passion to make a trustworthy friend for the citizens and a strong officer who overpowers criminals was in the right place, but turned out to be excessive. The new police officer's puppet's overcharged storage battery exceeded its capacity, causing chain explosions, malfunctions, and serious body damage. The city council recommended disposing of the puppet on the grounds that its appearance intimidates visitors, but Mr. Vanini and the taxpayers protested, halting the council's plan in its tracks. The puppet still lies abandoned behind City Hall to this day while the lawsuit is ongoing. The interesting thing is, even when the puppet is unattended, it performs a number of mascot roles. It is especially popular with kids, and it even appears to react and respond to the playing of the children. However, it has led to more slum children entering City Hall, causing inconvenience to visitors. The City Council is considering exhibiting the puppet only occasionally as a means to restrict entry. Will you be my friend? Everyone is gone. I'm all alone now. It's definitely not what it said, but I'll believe it. Do our grinding before we get up to this big guy that we already know partially how to fight. Oh, we're not gonna get it. We ran out of stamina there. So we gotta do a quick R2. Just like that. Big guy is down. Not bad at all.
Oh no. No survivors here. What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
A broken puppet covered in wounds. It was left in the City Hall garden. A luxury item that the child of a rich family once played with. It is unknown where the puppet's owner is. Well, that appears to be our baby. And something I do recommend when trying to get the parries is holding the block button, as it does appear to make a slight difference in the parry window, as well as, worst case scenario, you block the attack instead. So, we will be attempting to do this without specters. However, there are two bosses that I will consider using it on. Use a star fragment at the cracks calling next to the boss area to summon a specter. It will help your character in the boss battle. And just like that, we're on to the next boss. Here we go. are going to quickly change to the greatsword, as that is my preferred weapon for this fight. As we get hit, wonderful. Time right, beautiful. Stagger effect in. 1, 2. Oh no, we missed. That is the problem with going for it. If you miss it, it really sucks. We're just gonna take it, because I do not want to miss it. And now we get to the interesting part of this fight. Dodge, because that is a grab. Do not get grabbed by that, you will die. And we missed the timing. Back up, heal. Try to block that, but you missed the timing. Happens. Doing a whole lot of blocking. And that's not great because that does drain serious durability off your weapon. Try to time it. One. Good. Dodge. Ah, I got grabbed. Probably gonna die. Am I dead? The answer is yes. That was not a bad first attempt, though. However, what we'll do is we'll grab our ergo, and we'll try again after we go upgrade and level up. A convenient feature compared to Dark Souls is the fact that when you do die in a boss arena like I just did, you actually get to pick up your ergo outside of the boss arena. So you don't actually have to go in there risking your life, worried about your souls. You just get to go and grab them from outside, which I think is a very nice change compared. But from here, we'll go home, level up some, and we actually will upgrade the greatsword, just because that would actually help quite a bit with durability as well as damage. And if we deal more damage, then the puppet will die faster. And that leaves us some leftover souls, so we'll go ahead and increase our weight just by 1. And we'll go ahead and increase our vigor, because vigor is important. So now we are no longer slightly heavy, which actually is quite a big deal.
I know my way around.
I don't know the exact mechanics around being heavy versus not. However, it does seem like a bad idea to be heavy comparatively. And we'll go ahead and upgrade this thing. From there, we'll give it another go. Oh, I suppose we can deliver the puppet first, actually. It's not a bad idea. This playthrough, we will be doing a lot of lying as we are playing as Pinocchio, who is a dirty, rotten liar, I hear. As you can tell, the greatsword is pretty fantastic. Where are you going, buddy? You almost ran off the cliff. Warning, petrification disease quarantine zone, no trespassers. Everyone is a patient or a lunatic. Do not talk to them. Oh. I'm so glad I talked to this lady.
You found her, kind one. I could sense her from miles away. Oh, my sweet Elena. Please let me hold her. There, my baby. I missed you so much. What do you think? Isn't my baby adorable?
Yeah.
That's right, kind one. You've granted me my only wish. My sweet Elena. We're going to be happy now. Thank you so much, kind one. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
Records. Records you obtain while playing the game can be played on the gramophone at the hotel. You can listen to the music on the records to obtain humanity. And we obtained Feel. I'm not gonna lie, Feel is absolutely one of the best records, in my opinion. I am considering something. Let's look at assembling a weapon, just because I'm curious. So, it doesn't actually look like the damage reduction rate while guarding is affected by the handle. Meaning, if we were to say put our C scaling motivity, I think theoretically it would be a good idea. Link slash an enemy in front of you, use an extra slash up to 3 more times. And then absolute defense, block the enemy's attack temporarily. That is good for fury attacks. What does concentrate do? Increases attack temporarily. Not bad at all. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Managing weight. As your weight equipped items increases, your movement speed and stamina recovery speed slow down. When you reach the weight limit, it greatly slows down your speed. Upgrading your capacity increases that said weight limit. Okay, so stamina recovery speed as well as your... Gosh, I don't even remember what it just said, and I literally just read it. You get my point. Anyways, we're probably gonna try and beat this boss, and we may call the stream there, as that would be a pretty good stopping point, but it might take a couple attempts, so it kind of works out. Let's go ahead and try out my new greatsword. It now has the moveset of the saber, but the blade of a greatsword, which I'm honestly not quite sure how it works out. Bait that attack, and finish him. Return my blade, as it does matter for this fight, because there's a lot of blocking to do. We're going to go ahead and actually pop the temporary attack boost. 2, 1. We missed. That sucks. Heal. Forgot we actually missed that on the first attempt against this boss. Oop. Wasn't paying attention to his health percent. Is pretty important to pay attention to, as he does go into a phase 2 of sorts. Oops, missed that. Target. Jump in there. Dodge the grab because that is a really annoying attack. Pop that last heal. Do that. Missed it again. That's a problem. Nope, dodged just too early. Am I dead? We're not at good health for blocking. That's precisely what we just had to do. And we're done. That was a good attempt. That was a good attempt. Did we? We did. That would help a lot. make sure you equip your amulets, as it does come in tremendous help. As, believe it or not, the last amulet we got was the Puppet Destroyer's amulet. Increases damage inflicted upon puppets. An amulet that can be equipped to a puppet, information, blah blah blah. We already read that. Crush, crush, crush. The executioner puppet did not know the reason or significance, but carried out his role. And now we will crush, crush, crush the Scratch Watchman. Prepare, as he should pop. Pop. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. That's most unfortunate. That's also most unfortunate. Dodge at the last second you can, guys. That is the key to dodging that grab. Crit. You get the crit. Pop that. Pop that. Dodge. Go block. Do a charge. As you see, the ground under him does explode with electricity when he does that slam attack. And right there as well. Oh, mama. Pop 2 heals. Get the crit. And for good measure. Whew. Overcharged battery, broken Hero Zero, core, quartz, and something else. I didn't get the chance to read it all. Oh, a wooden officer puppet. A shapeless toy carved from wood and painted over. It has the strange appearance of a hunchback, but it was obviously made with care. Winter abandoned by the adults. The children let go of their childhood to survive. Spring, the broken police puppet accompanied the children's whistles, restored the children's laughter. Summer, the children made Murphy by carving wood and painting him with stolen paint. Fall, Murphy, who received Murphy as a gift, never let it go. Overcharged storage battery. Legion arm core component, or part. The scrapped Watchman's central core. Legion arm with immense power that can be crafted by Eugenie or Vanini craft machine. The plan of Kratz City Hall Watchman ultimately failed. The Watchman, whose storage battery had swelled and back had bent horribly, became an angry judge and swept through Elysian Boulevard. We also got an extra quartz and the core. P organ core part. A key part that can activate the P organ. Activating the P organ allows quartz to be equipped. The P organ is the quintessence of the brilliant craftsman Geppetto's puppet skills. Rare parts are necessary to develop a device like this. Ooh, shiny. A faded whistle and the sign of friends. He was a good police puppet, or he tried to be. And with that, we should return to inside the Elysian Boulevard house, because apparently this whistle is needed. And I know that Mr. Toma probably is the reason. Rude for trying to shoot me point blank. Pop a heal. Pick up whatever junk they give me. Do the charge. And off the building we go. I'm not too worried about him. He shouldn't follow me down. Something to know. Enemies will not follow you down the ladder. And now, let's play the whistle.
Hey, that sound. Is that you, Murphy? I know that whistle. It must be Murphy. Thanks for coming by. I want to play, but I feel too sick. I don't think I can. I miss Zach and Sophie and Eric. I wish we could all play.
And with that, we receive our reward. Time to go back to the hotel.
You saved Dupuis on the second floor. He can hardly wait to see you. I'll use my power to help.
Let's do some leveling up. 4 levels worth. Quite a few. We're going to increase capacity a little bit, but then we're going to increase vigor again, because it scales really nicely. And let's go see Papa Geppetto. Papa.
You've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me. Even when I ask you to do something dangerous. Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond Elysian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Vanini, went to stop them, but he never came back. Please, go save him and shut down the factory. P organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need. Remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy to me.
Of course, Papa. I will always be a good boy. Use the P-Organ slots to activate your character's latent abilities. Equip quartz in the P-Organ to obtain its corresponding effect. If you equip quartz in each of the slots in a single group, you can gain the group's synergy effect. Each time the synergy effects of two groups are activated, the next step is unlocked. You can get a greater variety of effects as you take your P-Organ to higher phases. So, phase 1, we have 4 options. Increase pulse cells by 1, increase staggerable window by 1, or increase staggerable window 1, increases time of enemy staggerable status, add fable slots 1, increase the maximum number of charged fable slots, link dodge, enables another dodge in the middle of a dodge motion. Personally, I am all about dodging and having link dodge. I will also say, for me personally, I love fatal attacks, so we're going to increase fatal attacks damage. So I should explain. There is attack type, which, as you might guess, increases attack of some kind, or is offensive focused, I should say. Survival type, defense focused. There's several to choose from. Lower damage when discharged, lower damage when dodging 1, enhanced fatal attack pulse cell charge, so you get your pulse cell faster when using a fatal attack. Enhanced guard regain recovery 1, which enhances the recovery when you attack. So how much do you gain back is increased. Then there's ability types. Ability types is kind of, I would say, convenience. There's things like Legion, lower charge attack stamina, so your R2 attacks use less stamina. Perfect Guard Fable charge enhance 1, so charges Fable when you perfectly guard. Increase weapon durability recovery speed, which increases the grinder's durability recovery speed. Item types, so this one is all about affecting items. Legion magazine effect enhanced, so if you use that consumable you get more out of it. Increased consumable possession limit, so how many you can carry. Increased throwing object possession limit, increased how many you can carry. Increases ergo upon eliminating an enemy. That increases the amount we're gonna get. Honestly, not that important to me. Guard regain, very important to me. And just like that, we have link dodge. And as you can see, we now have 1 of phase 1. I think you need 2 in order to unlock phase 2. So we'll have to invest in another one, and most likely it'll be the staggerable window. But for now, we have link dodge.
To the factory with the key I just gave you. Vanini gave me that key, and now he's missing. Rescue him if you can.
Okay, Papa.
The city of Krat. It's probably not how you remember it, eh? ask me any questions, and I'll fill in the gaps.
So we're gonna go ahead and get a bunch of exhibition. We're gonna try and focus on the areas that we are going to next. That way it's not all in this beginning section.
Venini Works is the puppet's main base. It's a factory where they manufacture more of themselves. Venini himself went to stop them, but I'm worried. He's an industrialist, not a fighter. Rescue Venini and shut down his factory. That will deny the puppets their reinforcements.
And just like that, we will be heading to Venini's workshop. However, guys, I am going to call it for this stream. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure you follow. That way you know next time when I am streaming. And I will be uploading this series to YouTube, so if you are on that platform, please look forward to more. Anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure, and I will see you next time.